Hi. It's actually Monday this time. I'm not Delulu. It's actually Monday today. It's not Wednesday, and I mistake it for Monday. Hi. It's the start of a new week. It's the start of the new week. And I am here with everybody. I am here to be your evening entertainment. I am also going to be here to be your Saturday morning entertainment when Saturday rolls around. How is everybody doing? Get yourselves comfy, maybe? I hope you had a nice, little weekend. I had a very decent one. I had a very decent weekend. I kind of just chilled, sat, and vibed. I actually, I've never really fully vibed out on a Sunday night, but I was just like, I am absolutely vibed out, and I was very, very relaxed. Mostly. I was mostly vibed, and I was mostly chilled. So, when I was putting together the schedule yesterday, because yesterday is correct. When I was putting the schedule together yesterday, I was going to say, I'm going to take the entire week off next week because it's a holiday and I kind of want to focus on it and then focus on family afterwards. Then I realized something very, very important. It's the next Monday, I think, is actually the Halloween rice shower Uma polls, and I'm like, I almost completely forgot about that. Let me just double check my own. Hello? Okay, good. I just don't think. Okay, whatever. Something is going on with my technology today, and it's not. I am having a bit of a day, I think. All my technology seems to not want to work. It doesn't really tell me when, but I believe that's next Monday. Should be. I hope so, because if not, it's I'm gonna feel silly. Anyway. Zephyr be a ranting, raving mess as per always. I am a ranting, raving mess at the beginning of my streams, but that's just because that is what it is. So yeah. Like I said this earlier, I was gonna do Paralyzed when it came out, but unfortunately that got bumped back to May. I think that got bumped back over into May, so that won't be for a while. Meanwhile, silly me, I decided to go on a bit of a Sims kick, and I'm just kind of like, I'll just do those on my off time. I won't do any content out of it. I'll just probably go and just chill for a vibe. Just go for the vibe, and that's about all I'm gonna do with it. I might do a challenge, but I'm not gonna post it. Because if there's one thing I've always learned is that the longevity of any legacy challenges is asking a lot. Because depending on how fast or how efficient you play, you're bound to be stuck for a little while in certain areas. But yeah. That's a Zephyr thing. That's a personal Zephyr is on her own and she's not gonna worry about bothering anyone with it. I was tempted, but then it's because of how fair weather I do treat it, it's kind of we'll see. Maybe there was a one reason for the lack of longevity and that for me, and that could do very well with a particular mod that I had installed. I will say though, it was a not safe for work variety. I'm just gonna put it like that. And like I said, I kept that to myself, and I'm just okay. But yeah, that was Zephyr's like that was like Zephyr's more entire weekend. I was just kind of like re-catching up on all the updating all the fun stuff that I included into it and adjusted some others so that way I can kind of just have a nice relaxing time. I'm taking a little break from Uma Musume careers. I I kind of I had one of those moments where it's just like the races were not going well and I'm just so I got like actually like genuinely upset at the RNG and I'm just like, and I think I'm done training for a little bit. I think I'm done with careers for at least a little while on Uma Musume and I'm just like, okay, I gotta go find something else to do because uh maybe it was the fact that I was training Mihono Bourbon. I don't know. I have heard Mihono Bourbon is very notorious as a trainee, but I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, big thing on the schedule. Bubba did reach out to me today. He was offering next Saturday to do the Coffin of Andy and Lily, and I'm just like, I think I'll just because I already kind of like thought about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take like I'm gonna do a couple of streams. It's fine. Sometimes you need a little bit of a recharge. Um, a recharge, even if you just don't do anything, I think that's usually an okay thing. For me, it's like I kind of gotta do something. Otherwise, I get a little silly. But yeah. Definitely for the holiday coming up, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be spending definitely most likely I'm only going to do maybe the Uma Musume stream and maybe something on Tuesday. But after that, I am going to probably be gone Wednesday through Sunday. Then again, you guys know I never really stream on Sundays anyway, so that's kind of like regardless. I will most likely do one for Monday and Tuesday, and then I will peace for a little while just so I can focus on getting my house set up and everything, getting all comfortable, having a little bit of a relax. And then we go into Christmas season. Do you have anything? Oh, we can play like Little Inferno or something for Christmas too. I know Little Inferno is kind of like a really silly little clicky game, and it's just meant to be kind of adorable mostly. I think that would be actually kind of fun playing Little Inferno. I haven't seen that in ages. It's nothing scary or anything, but it is kind of like a cozy being near a fire, but there is like a plot to it. It's really silly. It's like one of those how do I describe it? It's like one of those games where you kind of like you burn essentially like you do something, you upgrade and you just keep it just keeps going kind of thing. I don't I It's really hard to describe in my own words. Other than that, I am probably going to be spending the first few days of the holiday watching the Mighty Nine of Critical Role's Mighty Nine. Not the actual campaign, but their animated series that they got going on. I just saw their I saw the episode 1. They oddly shadow dropped freaking Critical Role out here shadow dropping their episode 1 and I'm just like, "Wait, what?" So, I spent the 45 minutes that it took for Saturday to kind of just sit there and watch it and I was like, "Oh my god, this is really good." And they're releasing it right around the time where I think they're probably going to take their own like break from the live show and I'm just like, "Okay, fun times." So, now I get to watch the Mighty 9 which yeah, it is my favorite campaign. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm not going to deny that campaign 2 is my favorite campaign. I'm also going to say I love how 4 is running so far, but that's just personal taste. Oh, I'm yapping. I'm yapping. I'm having a good time and I'm yapping. Uh, where did we leave off, by the way, Phoenix, right? It has been so long. At least with Honkai Star Rail, I had some idea of where I left off. At least with Honkai Star Rail, I had some idea of where I left off, but now it's like, I don't know where to go. I feel like there was something there, and I don't remember what it was. I remember Maya's in jail because supposedly she was quote unquote possessed by the spirit that she was channeling and moited the gentleman. And then I have a vague memory of the Magatama, and we essentially called out Eeny Meeny. No, we're not on the Matt case yet. We are not even close to the... We're not even close to the Matt case yet. Mm-mm. That's not going to be for a while. We're not even close to that particular case. That's not until like third game, I think. Yeah, we're in the Korean village. I forgot to turn that darn thing off. Dang it. I need to keep a reminder near my desk to turn off the leaderboard thing because I'm not a huge fan of it. Anyway. Boop. Being start canceled? No. It's not canceled. We're gonna still do it. I just can't remember fully what I did. I do remember the Cyclops mechanic and Eeny Meeny. I think we're actually in the courtroom now. I believe, if I remember correctly, we are going to be starting the courtroom case, and I think that's all we're going to do today. So let me just stare into the void for a few minutes. Stare into the void for a moment whilst I pull this up. What is going on with all my electronic stuff is freaking out, and it's like not even my main computer. It's just like everything is having like a fit today. I mean, OBS is fine. Everything else is like having a slight spasm. Also, yes, Yapiturine is going to be staying here until the end of time. You cannot keep him away from here. Phoenix, right? It's attorney, baby. Give it a second. Bum 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 bum. Bum. Here we go. Hang on. Gosh dang it. There. Perfect. And Chapter 2 reunion, Episode 2 reunion and turnabout. It is loud. We are on part 2-1 trial. Load the save data, yes. I love the intro music, but damn. Yeah, we finished Rise from the Ashes like a couple weeks ago. I fully admit, I had to kind of guide that one because apparently there were like some statements that you could use and essentially using like two different statements. I'm just like, what the fuck? How does that make any sense? Anyway. I am also very out of practice with my lovely voice acting habits. The badge puzzle. Oh, the badger one? I think I did really well with the... Actually, I think I did really well with the blue badger puzzle, but only because I wasn't dealing with the original release graphics. So for those who didn't know, this was originally released... Rise from the Ashes was released during the DS era. So it was dealing with DS graphics and a tiny screen. I think I got a little lucky. I think I did fine with this one because it was just so more high definition and it was easier to spot. So I was I was actually got away with the Blue Badger one. I do recall there was a lot of people I think it was only one person who got frustrated with the Blue Badger puzzle, but yeah. It was horrible on the DS. It was so laggy. Oof, I can imagine, because that was like the first time they were kind of like implementing that kind of technology. Before the 3DS, and they actually got like really good at it. Oh. I didn't know we'd start off with Maya right off the bat. What? Prosecutor Funk. Oh, right. Right. Now I remember. We're dealing with a Prosecutor Von Karma. Right. Now I remember. Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... And no, I heard it's his successor this time. Somehow. Successor? Oh. Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. Hey, you survived him. It's fine. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, also he could win. This is true. Hey, taught Edgeworth the same thing for a while. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. Fun fact, you say. Also, I'm planning to play the investigations, not to play play investigations. Yes. After we play through Trials and Tribulations, we're going to definitely be playing. I want to play them mostly in order. So once we're done with the third game, we'll switch over to Investigations Miles Edgeworth. We'll go to Investigations Miles Edgeworth, and then I believe then we would slip right into the Apollo Justice series. And after that, it's Chronicles, which is technically the first of the series in heavy quotes, but the way it runs is not so. It's okay. But yeah. Also, keep in mind, this is my first ever, like, full-on playthrough of the entire Phoenix Wright series. My main source at the time was watching Let's Plays of it, so if I struggle, please do not spoil anything. I would appreciate that. Or, unless I, like, thoroughly ask for help. Usually, I'm fine. I would just, like, look it up by myself. And then laugh at how silly it was. But yeah. Just stay and watch me struggle for a little bit. I forgot you existed, Von Karma. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he had to use to get to each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. Oh, it's no good. Mystic Maya! Hurley! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. Oh yeah, little Pearls! Oh, she's so cute! I love Pearl. Pearl is daughter. Pearl is protect. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. What the fuck? What shrine are you running, madam? No breaks? 2 straight days? Sleep! What is? Oh, the Crying Village doesn't, Crying Village does not mess around, I guess. Pearl, yeah, Pearl's gonna be a staple for a long time. She's gonna be here for a while. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed the map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. What? That doesn't make it better. Also, I still love how canonically Phoenix technically rides a bike to work. It's cute. I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. I would assume if it takes like 2 hours by train, I think you, how are you not exhausted, sweetheart? Because that has to be at least 6 hours, give or take. She would have had to have walked for 6 hours. Who's Pearl? This one. Pearl is this one. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? Pearl is an athlete, canonically. Oh. I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Objection! Hey! Oh, I thought that was Phoenix objecting. Like, Phoenix, no, down, bad. Nope. This is Edgeworth. Our buddy. Everyone loves Edgeworth in this. Everyone loves Edgeworth in this house. I still remember him as though I've seen him only yesterday. Objection! Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. Objection! Objection! Very unnecessary feelings, I'm sure. Totally. They totally don't have unresolved feelings. No, that's just a Lulu. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya! Please don't ever mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. He's not coming back. Oh God, Phoenix, what, is he dead? What? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Damn. Phoenix, you okay, buddy? You kinda sound a little like, what's the word I'm looking for? Something about an X. I smell sour grape. There we go. That's close as what I'm gonna get. It smells like sour grapes. Nick. Anyway. June 21st, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Ooh, is that lovely lady? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Again. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Oh God, she's the same as, like, her father? Oh, what is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always get so mad at me? Oh god. She's supposed to be like partially German, but I cannot place the accent. She's kind of like supposed to be like partially German, but like I can't get the accent correct. Or she is full German, I think. Half and half. I don't know what, but I think they said she was from Germany. God, how do I get her accent? Full German and localization. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try my best. I'm probably gonna like falter and fail miserably. In the original JP, she was American. Wow, okay. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, she sounds more French. Eh? Mr. No, that sounds very French. You must be a little shocked. Because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. I don't have the German. I don't have the German down pat. Hold on, so she's the famed successor, wow, to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, a prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Yeah, forgive me. If I ever figure it out, I will probably figure it out and fix it up on the next court case, because we're gonna be with Von Karma for at least a little while. But on the tip of my tongue, I cannot place a German accent. She sounds a little bit more French. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? Yes, Phoenix! If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... I'm talking. She's allowed that in the courtroom? If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. I'm trying not to. It's like, I kind of like... I know I'm very, very bad with accents. Like, I can do it off the top of on like the top of my brain cells, like when I'm off camera, but sometimes when it's like I'm here, I cannot. Make no mistake. I will defeat you. I'm going to fuck this accent up so bad. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, she did. How she allowed that whip in the courtroom, I will never know. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? And of course, you know, judge's headcanon British. Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Zevip is Zevip and she and of the iceberg. Oh. Oh. I see. Is that how it's supposed to be done? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you know. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. I feel like I'm still fucking it up. I'm still fucking up the accent. I'm like she's got so many in her now. And she's not even like Southern. Oh, I'm trying. Justified self-defense? Oh shit. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. Hmm? Oh yeah. Yeah, Lana's in here, I forgot. Oh, that's gonna be fun. We could very easily make a solid case if it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Oh, how foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix, right? Then I shall call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Oh god, hey Gumshoe! Witness, your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. I cannot get accents today. Ow! Get to the point already! Explain to the court what's the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone please look at this map. Don't hurt me. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. As a bisexual woman, she's making me feel things like so. That's nice. Yeah. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? Oh, that's quite the look of disbelief, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from the inside of the room, sir. Wait, 2 gunshots? You said gunshots plural, but didn't, like, 1 kill him? A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found the victim already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Yeah, but we're not gonna... We know Gumshoes, you know, witness statements are like Swiss cheese. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then! Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range, but you said gunshots plural. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing, but again, he said gunshots plural. Gumshoe, there's something that stinks about your statement, and I already know about it. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. Court accepts this into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. We want to make this very short, so please hurry it up. The cause of death. Direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. Options. I want to... Oh, wait, we weren't given the gunshot. We weren't given the gun as evidence, though. Point blank. See, this is where I'm gonna be a little... I shouldn't be too... I shouldn't, like, I shouldn't do this too soon. Shots fired from point blank range. Was it point blank? Was it actually point blank range? Point blank, huh? How far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 and 20 inches away. How do you know he was shot at point blank? Oh, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools in this foolish country. Excuse me? I'm gonna recheck the witness statements, don't worry. A gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank range, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that's a real hot, pal. And that's where definitely some of the gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, I never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Didn't we learn about gunpowder burns, like, with Phoenix, like, last time? Ages ago? I am not presenting evidence, I'm just checking stuff. Stabbed in the chest and shot at point blank range, residue around bullet hole. But how do we know which came first? Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belonged to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. Of course they are! All over it, huh? This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause the instantaneous death. Wait. But it wasn't... Oh wait, I don't have like a lot of this stuff that I can double check. Yay! Ow! I have been bonked. I can't like check this. Tap in the chest. Oh god, I love these old diagrams. Bubba, thank you for the familiarship for 5 months. Stay summoned. Let's keep pressing. How severe was the wound? If it had been about half an inch more, it would be right where the victim's... it would have hit the victim's heart. Zephyr can cold read. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. Trust me, it sounds like it make it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Murderer used the pistol to finish the job after the stabbing. Pressing statements. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Ah, there it is. It's kind of the case of what came first, the stabbing or the shooting. Because he could have been shot first and then stabbed. Because, you know, that could, to make it look like it. Maybe. Oh. Yep, sure can be. One look at the wounds and you come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. Pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ugh, what a pain. Nothing sounds out of place so far. I should try to learn more about the murder weapons for now. Okay, so direct cause of death was a pistol press. A murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Objection! Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you are not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Faye's, were also on the gripster. Oh shit. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ugh, I walked right into her hands there. Rip. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts this into evidence. The pistol! Yay, we got the pistol! 2 shots fired! Buddy, where was the other one? The knife. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife belonging to the Fays, bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and the time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitness claimed to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. On 2 murder weapons, both the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does sound like an open and shut case. Oh, naturally. This is going from bad to worse! And the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room for doubt, is there? Wow, am I like... I can't... yeah. This is crazy. That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes. Excuse me. Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See? Just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Plead not guilty, you kidding? We believe in Maya. Hell no. If we plead justified self-defense, we will basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Slam. Your Honor. Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of a complete trial. Complete acquittal, excuse me. Competent trial. In this kangaroo court of craziness. Ow! You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir. Presents the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now see here! Proceedings are run by... Ow! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal. There's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. There was also a strange hole. There's a strange hole in her robes. I saw that. So this is the costume. There's certainly this evidence of backspray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Those that Maya was wearing at the time of the murder, there are blood splatters on it. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Oh, what's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to soak off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Incriminating evidence. Hang on. Can I look deeper at this? They won't let me check anything. Ah! You already know this. Costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Press. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person without a doubt was not fighting back. How do you know? He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder could change drastically. We're in real trouble now. Only has something to prove that the victim did fight back. Half on karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find the critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Okay, incriminating evidence. Pressing more. There's blood in the costume. Lab results show that it was the victim's blood. There's blood on the victim and the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues that you could glean? I think that's supposed to be glean. From this piece of evidence? Well... Objection! If you must challenge the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. Not too bad. Not enough time. Not too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even judge is on her side. Oh, wait. What if I buy off mortgage shoe, what should I do? I'm curious to press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up a resistance? That is true. There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I'm having an aneurysm. I have to look harder. It's right there! It's right there! Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume, there is one little thing. Thank God! Phoenix is also canonically blind. It's literally right there in front of you, Phoenix! Oh, I know I'm supposed to figure out the mystery, but Your Honor? Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is the problem you're talking about? Come this far, there's no turning back now. Problem I have with this evidence is here. Please let me poke it. Please let me poke it. Please let me poke it.
Take that!
The hole! I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. Thank God, Phoenix. The sleeve. A sleeve? Oh. There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's around that hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Got him. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Quite literally. Your Honor, the only logical— Ow, I bit my tongue. Ow. I bit my tongue in that moment. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion I can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order, order. This is a very grave matter. It is best we correct the court record for the first before anything else. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. Press and check. Oh, thank God I can finally press for details. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Or did Von Karma hide it? 'Cause perfection. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Oh, pull yourself together, Mr. Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change the thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That, just now, was a fluke. Nothing more.
Objection!
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. Ow. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then— No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Ah, so that means there was a fight, because that is proof of the fight. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person with it, without a doubt. Was not fighting back. 8 inches off the ground. Murder weapon. There's her fingerprints. Check. I feel like it's either the robe or the gun. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired, but it also bears Gray's fingerprints. So why would Gray have a hold of it? It's either the gun or it's the— press check button for more details. I wish I could— it won't let me do anything else except for seeing that hole. I think it's gotta be— I can't check the court record by hand anymore, so I think not fighting back, which I would assume he had the gun, so he would have had the upper hand regardless of a knife wound. Defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. But why did he have the gun?
Objection!
Nope. I'm just gonna skip through that. Yeah. I think for your accusations, yada yada. So it has to be the robe. I feel like it's definitely the robe, because why would there— as you can see, it was covered in blood. It's the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Fuck. This is the one issue I do have, is like, it's so super vague. And an attack— I feel I'm sensing something so wrong with this. Is it the robes? Do I just like go back to it? There it is. It was the robes. It was like a 50-50 shot with the gun or the robes. I should have known, like, if it's a piece of evidence that you just got fresh information off of, you need to present that piece of evidence. I'm rusty, can't you tell? It's been like a month. Gotta give me a break on that one. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having called my old name is kind of a weird feeling. You gotta give me a little bit of a break on that one. That one was kind of like, I'm rusty as hell. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. Seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the victim, then that would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What's with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Light? Miss Von Karma? It seems that Miss Maya Fey was shot by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. God, Judge, she has you wrapped around her little finger. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pled not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right! Oh, shit. Which means... the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No! Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet on the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell us the court what transpired that day. With new information we acquired, added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together a scenario by myself? Yeah! Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I'm scared of her, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but they were too close and he missed. The defendant then picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Gumshoe, that sounds like a very wild and crazy story. This scenario you've put together does make sense. It also sounds like a bunch of bull. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Press. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. Objection! You think so you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix, right? Maya Fey was in the middle of a channeling, was she not? Then channeling was... when channeling with the Korean channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She decided up on the Korean channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I don't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Victim uses last of his strength. And this is a very weird scenario. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. If he didn't get like fully stabbed, like he probably would have been in shock, but I'm pretty sure he would have had a lot more strength to fight back. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give him blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. You're guessing! Sorry. Brother, you're guessing. You're only guesstimating. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun, was pressing. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? Ooh. The victim took a shot, but they were too close and he missed. Like, how close was he? So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when the shot was fired. I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Pressing statements. Maya's never fired a gun in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, then even an amateur like you could fire it, just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder. Now, do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. This testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Earn the channeling. Force the victim use the last of his strength to fight back. Let's see, what were we given? Falling asleep at the wheel. 1 year ago, May 2nd, patients died from the surgical clinic. Diagram of the channeling chamber. So they were kind of like, they had to have been like at least a few feet apart, so that's not gonna help me any. Then where did the... about 8 inches off the ground. Let's see. I wish it would tell me more. Of course, the victim used last of his strength to fight back. What about his autopsy report? Stabbed in the chest and shot at point-blank range. Which means you would suggest he technically died instantaneously. Wouldn't you say it feels like they're saying he would die instantaneously if he was stabbed in the chest and then shot point-blank. So, was he still... did he still have some... Took out his gun. Took a shot because they were too close, he missed. Wait. Because they were too close, he missed? Two of them were all fighting when the shot was fired. Karma's being very quiet. Took a shot, but they were too close, he missed. But he was probably off the ground, then why does this old steel thing? I'm either running on the autopsy report, because the idea here, it makes it sound like he got, like, stabbed and then shot. So it sounds like they didn't have any room to fight back. Oh, I love this game so much. Old steel key, we're not worried about that. Surgical clinic died after falling asleep at the wheel. That's who she was channeling. Took a shot because they were too close and he missed. They would have... That is not very far off the ground, though. He took a shot, but they were too close and missed. Took the shot, but they were too close and they missed. Strength to fight back. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. I feel like I'm missing something. Am I correct in my... Stabbed her victim in the chest. Wow, I'm actually a little lost. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back. I feel like that doesn't correlate to the autopsy report. Got the gun. Victim took a shot because they were too close and he missed. I feel like this is a little too... They were too close and he missed. No, he wasn't actually. Hold on. But if he was too close and missed... If they were tussling, how did he hit her sleeve? He hit her sleeve. There's no way he could have, like... If he missed, the bullet would have gone completely elsewhere. Then where does that leave this hole to come from? Unless she, like, dodged out of the way. Is it the robe again? But they were too close and he missed. But how do you explain the hole? Do I present that again?
Objection!
Ah, sweet! Haha! Zephyr being smart. I was getting a little concerned. Missing a tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Ah! I eventually figured it out. I sussed it. Eh? What do you mean? Because he's right. If he had completely missed, there would be no hole. This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, where's the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. Oh yeah, maybe it's not even wrong with, like, gunpowder burn. This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot at point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Doesn't look like a burn. Oh, but there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. Yeah, because there would also be, like, a little bit of grayness, wouldn't there? That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Objection!
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With the wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain any single way. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of the fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then when they were separated that he fired. How was that?
Objection!
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant far after that. Well then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put on some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor would take a shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. It doesn't make sense. Maybe I was... Nah, something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Oh, yo! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make a final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts the line of thinking. There wasn't any time to put the distance between them. Would it be the folding screen with 8 inches off the ground? Maybe?
Take that!
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point to the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. How did I figure that out instantaneously? It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? Yes! Phoenix, they are! The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first and then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... Oh, we poked holes in her logic by pointing out the hole in the folding screen. When the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order! Order! This changes everything. Please look at the diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. The bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in the area. They were like right here, weren't they? They would have been like right here. Somewhere around nope. Oh wait. I'm dumb. I hate these little maps. I wish I was back to those 3D ones. To focus with where I was at during the crime. And it was in this area. Okay. Where's she at? She was... I'm assuming it has to be like within this area if it's that. Squatting down. 8 inches off the ground. Was she here? Oh god, I miss the... I will say this. I do not miss these. So he was not in front of her. He was not in front of her. Was she... What? She had to have been kneeling in this general vicinity. I feel like she had to have been in this general area. I wish I could look at the... I wish I could look at a map. Oops. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to hit that button. I was trying to like... Look, I was trying to like mentally point it out, but I... Okay. This one might be a little tricky because I cannot, for the life of me, understand maps in this game. This might be the one time. It's always these like very weird 2D maps. It's like if they gave me like the later ones, I'd probably figure it out better. Oh. Yeah, that was my other thought. I just went to confirm it. She was right here. I was like muttering about that, then I accidentally clicked here. It's like, okay, now it makes sense that it's like in... She was standing here near the folding screen. Duh, Zephyr. Are you dumbass? Yes. The answer is yes. Wait a second. I know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from anywhere closer, she would have had gunpowder burns present. That's right. However, there is nothing of the sort on the bullet hole of this costume. It's you, Mr. Phoenix, right? You. I believe now it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? I feel like it changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting down by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oh. All right, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the bed. Last radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who thinks that you have been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point? Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective? How dare you damage my perfect logic? Uh-huh. How is it my fault? You can start by repairing your standing by first removing the three-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I have all I had to take care of this detective. Well, reading with accent is difficult. Well then, Your Honor, I think I had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Oh yay, Southern time! Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. To be continued. I forgot this trial was long. Save your progress, yes. But I think we should be able to finish this tonight. Episode 2. We should be able to finish this. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, that was a close one. I know you were giving your all to defend me. I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. You were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, you made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks? Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? Oh god, she's so precious. By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yep, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? Oh, preciousness. My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. I need a drink, hang on. Court will now reconvene and the court will now reconvene. Now the first order of... Oh god, here it comes! Yeah! I don't want to hear it, old man. After all, after I call my witness, sit there very quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Oh god. Witness your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. I didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza! Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, is there a violence against the... This here violence against my fair self? That's fine. That's fine! That ain't fine, that's a whip! Eh? There's no need for foolish outcries from the foolish... I forgot she's like this. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what's happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. Yay. My name's Lotta Hart. I'm paranormal photographer. I'm here to testify. No, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Oh, God. Witness's account. Oh, too many accents. Too close together. Only Doc and the defendant went to the challenge chamber. We were waiting outside outside the door when, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke down the door and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant, waving the pistol around. I swear that, other than those two, there was no one else in that room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? You did. Wrecking cars? Excuse me. Wrecking cars. Short for you reckon? Of course I did. Yeah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. A moment of truth. What will be on that picture? Let's see here. Here's the picture. Oh, it shows her from the back. Oh wait, she's facing the door, not near the folding screen. It would certainly seem that it's only the defendant and the victim there in that room. But wasn't she across the room? Why is... Lotta's photo. Picture taken from the murder scene. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Light? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Witnesses account. Only the doc and the defendant went into that channeling chamber. That's true. We were waiting outside the door, then bang, we hear this gunshot. The lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving the pistol around. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Press harder! Lotta, please think back to the day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? But here's the thing. She was across on the other side of the room, wasn't she? I was murdered. Laura, at a time like this! Times like this are perfect for snapping shots! But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? Yeah, she didn't know it was Maya at the time. When you saw the murderer at the time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see... We got her pinned there. Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side, temporarily, for 5 minutes. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people had entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right! Oh, she's leading. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. She led that question, though. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture was most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats, I'm trapped like one. Again. I swear on the other... There was no one else in that room.
Hold it!
What about us? Are you absolutely certain about that? Sure am. Oh. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... Behind the folding screen! Haha! That was gonna come into questioning later. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Rick Gibbon! Huh? What in the... Rick Gibbon, you know! You reckon that's a given? I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. May I have a word with you, Miss Hart? What? What? You got a problem? Rick Gibbon, I mean... I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying so much, oh! Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or not, or don't you? Her story adds up. What's worse is, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. And her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Diagram of the channeling chamber. Let's look at the picture real quick. Again, she's... I do find it very strange that she is facing against the door. That's what's bizarre to me, is the perspective. I don't think the picture's gonna come up till later. And we hear the gunshot. Press her a little bit more. Was it really a gunshot? Oops.
Objection!
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Ugh. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And the world just became a little crueler. I heard gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. So the lawyer there broke down the door and we rushed in the room. Oh wait, can we bring up the key? So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer here broke down the door. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you just tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down, sorry. Why does this feel like I'm in an inquisition? No need for apologize, that was great, you're a real man. Oh really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving the pistol around, but she wasn't really waving it. I swear other than those two, there wasn't anyone else in that room. But what if there was? I mean, if you kind of think about it, there could have been 3. By technicality, because that looks a lot taller than Maya. I am going to be a dumbass, more than likely. No one else in that room. I was dead victim and defendant waving the pistol around. We gotta present the photo. The defendant waving the pistol around. She wasn't really waving it. She was kind of just like gripping it. But that's probably nitpicky. That is extraordinarily nitpicky. So radiates light. Diagram of the Fey Manor. No one else in that room. 8 inches off the ground, small bullet hole. But then why was there 2 gunshots that got fired? Bathroom chest. Is it just... Do I just present the picture? No. Nope. I am probably gonna have to find, like, a safe point. This one I'm actually a little lost on. I feel like I'm a little thick today. Why am I feeling like such an idiot? Let's see. Did I even present any more evidence? Did I press her on this one?
Objection!
There's only really those 2 that went in. Blabbering about... Why don't you answer the question yourself? Was it really just the 2 of them? Okay. I feel like... Oh, yeah, so I was just supposed to press it. Press it all until there was enough. Enough. Seems there's no issues with Miss Hot's testimony. It was one of those things where it's like my brain fizzled out and it's like, oh, I have to press on everything. I should have done that sooner. Chan chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Miss Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. Oh wait, excuse me. I'm reading this as if I'm playing Miss Fun Karma. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I gonna do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove Maya is not in the photo? We can't really present anything yet, can we? Because I don't think we can present anything yet. No, we can't present anything yet because there's no visual. Well, Mr. Wright, nothing, Your Honor. Oh, that is very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Light. You really should give up trying to prove this is not my FA. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. I love it when they drag me into one of those scenarios where it's just like press everything for it to work. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious to the court that that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume. I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Hold it. Oh. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia? Whoa! I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully. One more time. What about what you saw in the channeling chamber? Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. I was murdered. What? Lotta! At a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping for shots. Yada yada yada. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Yeah? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. Don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Clearly. No one ever tells the truth in this courtroom. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Never mind. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, it's fine. I will allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better times than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Yeah. All right, I'll allow it. Todd, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck. What am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, yeah, got it. See? We got through to this judge somehow, right? I think it was Von Karma who got to the judge first. Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Yep. Witness's account, part 2. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to ghosts and blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take the shot. Nothing sounds different before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. Press her on those sections. Press her on everything, I guess. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. Press. So what did she look like? Yeah, no, she looked almost like a different person. A different person. She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We already made that point all that abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Then perhaps the body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible.
Objection!
If that body inside the room was not that of Dr. Gray, Then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Light? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Ay, ow! Foolish fool spouting foolishness, just as I expect from a foolish fool such as you. If that was the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Yeah, sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to ghosts and blood and ghosts and stuff. And how'd you survive that? And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She changes her professions really fast. Ugh, she goes through jobs faster than baby through diapers. Oh god, yeah. That's an analogy. Ow! Mr. Phoenix Light. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful I'm not in it's not in 5.1.
Hold it!
2, right? Oh, right, because she clicked twice. 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. That's right. There was a click and a click. She took 2 pictures. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? Ooh. She's in it now. No. You got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't do anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma? Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Wow, she really is like her dad. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. Should we cut? You know what? The judge ain't gonna do squat. Let's confront her. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Are you... Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? This is hilarious, actually. I'm so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus I felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. But more trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it's a bad thing, I'll submit it. Lada's photo number 2. Those eyes are definitely not Maya's. Those eyes are definitely not hers. Also, I'm pretty sure that's not on the purple of her robes. I think that's on the outside. I think that's on the white. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took of the day of the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I'm thinking the important point is that the person is in this picture. Most definitely not Maya Fey. Yeah, those eyes are definitely a giveaway. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break that I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist the person in the picture is not my... No, we insist it's not her, because it is not her! Your Honor. Excuse me, I need a drink again. Oy. I forgot how much voice acting took out of me. And I did the Coffin of Annie and Lily with Bubba. But then again, I had a spare voice with me, so it's like I wasn't doing all the work. As you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I can see that. It's not just a face, but her whole body has taken a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. It's not impossible. Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you were correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Yeah, we did it. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you would better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Light. Miss Von Karma? What do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like you to take a look at this picture. Oh, snap. Wait, where'd you get that security photo? This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor's room. This is Mr. Phoenix Light and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But this is a totally different person. Oh shit. She had surveillance camera pictures? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. I probably messed up her accent there, my bad. That's unbelievable. That she can blah blah blah. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word, if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that a picture can't be submitted as evidence. Ooh. She technically got her there. Obviously. I know this picture's illegal. But I never intended to submit this as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. Ooh, shit. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person in the picture is not Maya Fey? Yes, actually. The bullet hole in her sleeve is not there. I can, actually. Your Honor? Oh, the fire has returned to the mist of your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Simple. I believe it would be, where is the hole in her sleeve?
Take
that! To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. Ah, there's a thing. And that is exactly what is so odd. I was worried for a split second that it was going to tell me that I was wrong. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Where is that bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume? If that's the case, then it would be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. Yeah, she did. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Oh, jumping the gun, I see. You are now. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct had missed a bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth. I know it! That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything! But you can't prove that. She's really reading my mind. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure that will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. Him and his poor salary, man. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. It's your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter was obviously someone else. Clearly, the defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order. We got her. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Yo! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess! A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Yeah! What the heck? So, anyway, that's a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You was the only one who said that there was only 2 of them when you entered this room. Well, yeah. Well, you know. If you are lying, I swear by my whip I will see it'll be the Wow, I'm trying to get her angry and it's difficult. If you are lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis. You're looking mighty scary, and why don't we say you... Hey, yo! I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. See? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately that all I want to do is cry? I don't know, Phoenix. Sometimes I want to do it too. Well, if the person in this... excuse me. Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then it poses 2 very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right! Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Come on! You can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even me is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? Turn things around! That's right. We would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left the room somehow? If I could prove that either of those conditions were true, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the chamber is a third person had entered it. We have to say a third person's entered it. Maya couldn't have left. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. Prove that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. The key? Oh god, did I click the right thing? I mean, clearly this is not Maya, but... Is it the diagram? Floor plans? Is it... Do we submit the floor plan? Oh god. I don't have much in me left, so I'm gonna check this one real quick. I'm hoping I got that correct. Oh no! Wait, what? Oh, I got the wrong one. I'm gonna have to take the shot here.
Take that!
And this is... I'm gonna take the penalty, yada yada. I'm sorry. Ouch, that stung. Think over again. That one was my bad. Third person was already... We're thinking about the third person already being in the room. And what if Maya somehow left? I didn't read the red text properly like a dum-dum. I could prove that either one of those conditions were true, because Maya was the only one with the key. Maya had left the room, because otherwise where would the key have come from? Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh? How foolish a fool makes a so foolish face while dreaming foolish fool dreams. Ah. Maya Fay being looked after by her aunt Morgan was being looked at after by her aunt Morgan Fay. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. It would be the key. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. Which means she's the only one who can make her way out. The defendant locked herself... The defendant herself locks the door. Yeah, and that's why we all couldn't get that door open. That key's the only one of its kind after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Light. Yes? It looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... Why is it that the key is currently in your possession? What do you mean? If Maya Fay locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That is preposterous. It means that Maya Fay must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! No! My throat hurts. It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of a murderer. However, this person is this person defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma? How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Light. I'm a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in the courtroom to a fool like you. Hi, how's it going? Whew, a lot. We technically started the first case and we're almost to the best point where I can stop for the evening. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Yeah. All I can tell you without spoiling too much is we went through the first bit of the case. We met Miss Von Karma, and I messed up a lot because I am a silly brain who hasn't played Phoenix Wright in a hot minute, so I was a little lost. A couple times. My penalties were almost used up. It was bad. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yes, I felt I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special.
Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick?
I know you're trying really hard and all, but
I don't really remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah, we essentially bluffed our way out of that one. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you can take Pearly back home for me?
Oh god, I gotta take her to a 2-hour train ride. Sure. Alright, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing. So sheltered. She hasn't left the Karayan village. To be continued. My throat's about to die. I think the Von Karma voice actually nearly destroyed my throat. Oh my goodness. Save my progress, yes. I think the Francisca voice I was trying to pull was definitely killing my throat. Oh no, I don't want to get sick before the holiday. God, this. I messed up a lot. I think I got into the groove of it the further I went along, but I'm worried that I probably still made her sound like a little bit more French than I made her sound German. So, please forgive me if the accent is very off-key. I am not very good with a lot of accents. Give me a southern one, I got you handled. Give me British, I can probably do that. But anything beyond that is just like, I'm not getting sick again. My throat just hurts from Von Karma. I think my throat just hurts from Von Karma, so I'm probably gonna drink a lot of water. If I was getting sick again, I would be upset. I was mainly joking. I think my voice is just a little strained. I think this one, because I was doing like a lot of back and forth accents in that moment where I was going between a lot of southern drawl to where I was doing like a lot of southern drawl, and then I was trying to continue with Von Karma's very, very butchered, possibly German accent, and Judge's British one. It's like, oh god, I had to balance all three of those. Because those were like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Especially when Von Karma was like actually starting to like lose her mind. But yes, I'm going to probably call it here for the day. I'm going to see you guys. Yeah, German is a hard accent if you don't know it. It is. And I genuinely believe that I do not know it enough. It's okay. You're welcome. It's no problem. Like, if you just, like, watch the VODs and catch up, I'm okay with that. You don't always have to be here 90% of the time, but if you ever like to just sit back and watch the VODs, that's fine. I'm fine being background noise for everybody. Even if I can be a little annoying and a little bit yappy. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up for the evening. I'm going to drink plenty of water, rest my vocal cords, and we will be back on Wednesday for some Story of Seasons where we kind of do some chill farming for a little bit. And don't forget, Saturday is Persona 5, where we're pursuing the next part for Persona 5 Royal in the 100% schedule. We're bringing that back. And then please do not forget, I might have to remind you guys, I'm not going to do a lot of streams next week. I am going to just be doing maybe a Monday and Tuesday stream. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to be gone for just a little bit for the holiday so I can focus on that, because Zephyr gotta do some cooking. Zephyr gotta do some cooking and cleaning and making the life feel good. And then we'll be back around December, I think. When will vacation end? Yeah, we'll be back on the 1st of December, actually. Right on. Yeah, we'll be right on. And I'm never saying see you tomorrow for at least a little while, because dear God, am I traumatized. I will never ever see you tomorrow unless for a long time without thinking back to my 3.7 Honkai Star Rail. But yeah, we will see you all on Wednesday. So I hope you all had fun. We'll catch you then. And bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye! Bye-bye!